Hello and welcome. My name is Kayla, and with me today are my teammates Chastity and Misha. Today we'll be talking about two communities in New York City, Washington Heights and Central Harlem. Washington Heights is a majority Hispanic community stemming from migration from the Dominican Republic in the 1960s. Unfortunately, this community has been hit hard from the pandemic. Central Harlem is known for its many famous Black residents beginning in the 1920s. This time period has laid a foundation for the neighborhood today. However, COVID has also hit its majority Black and Latino population. And Harlem is now in the process of rebuilding while combating pre-existing social issues like homelessness and gentrification.
Our research question is: how have education, language acquisition, and job readiness opportunities in Central Harlem and Washington Heights changed throughout history, and how do they affect the communities in the present day? Our hypothesis is decades of low funding have led to inadequate access to resources such as education and healthcare, which all affect health. We did community comparisons through education to determine asset deficits in Central Harlem. For example, the amount of college graduates in Stuyvesant Town and Turtle Bay is almost twice the amount of those in Central Harlem.
After comparing communities based on income, it was found that the median household income is almost triple in the financial district than in Washington Heights. Additionally, unemployment rates in Washington Heights are triple that of the financial district as well. With further research, we have linked the income gap in these neighborhoods to their ability to access healthcare. This idea is prevalent as we can see that obesity and diabetes rates in Washington Heights are above the average of the entire city. However, in a wealthy neighborhood, the financial district, these rates are among the lowest. This may stem from the amount of residents that have access to insurance and medical care, as 14% of residents in Washington Heights go without health care. Comparatively, rates of obesity are higher in Central Harlem than in Washington Heights, and residents in Turtle Bay, a wealthy neighborhood, have significant more access to health care. 92% of residents receive needed medical care.
Heights, nearly 20% of the people who reside there experience poverty and 12% are unemployed. These numbers are similar than the citywide averages of 20%, but higher than 9% in the unemployment category. Low wages impact access to important resources such as healthy food options, affordable and livable shelter, clothing, transportation, and healthcare. Central Harlem is the second poorest neighborhood in Manhattan and the 16th poorest neighborhood in New York City. Central Harlem also ranks 9th in the city for hospitalizations due to drugs and 12th for hospitalizations due to alcohol. The poverty Central Harlem's residents experience have a big impact on their education, healthcare, and way of living. The top 3 causes of death in Central Harlem are heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. According to DOH data, nearly 48% of deaths that occur in Central Harlem could have been prevented.
The deep history of these two neighborhoods explain the inadequate access to healthcare through events like multiple race riots, the Great Depression, the crack epidemic, gentrification, and the pandemic. All these events have pushed these neighborhoods and hindered their access to healthcare and education. 63% of residents in Washington Heights are Spanish speakers, and it is seen that native speakers are considerably less likely to attain their bachelor's degree. Additionally, examining prominent industries, a majority of residents are more likely to have low-skilled jobs such as retail or healthcare that have little management positions. Similarly, in Central Harlem, a large population of residents are Spanish speakers, and unfortunately are less likely to receive a bachelor's degree. More residents hold low-skilled jobs.
A key to successful policy involves community engagement rather than a one-size-fits-all approach. John McKnight and John Kretzman developed the asset-based community development model, which focuses on the strengths of the community rather than the weaknesses. Outlined here are the principles of the model, including how relationships build community. To the right is a model of how to utilize community engagement in Washington Heights and Central Harlem, while always keeping in mind that the residents are at the heart of the community. By assessing community data, local governments can intervene in areas with poor health outcomes through providing funds for the creation of programs and training centers, which can connect community members to health professions. This allows for more emphasis on culturally competent care, creating greater trust in the healthcare system, and in turn producing better health outcomes. Past community engaged policy responses have yielded favorable results. Acknowledging the unique needs of the community is necessary for an effective policy response.
Listed are sources we collected to put this presentation together. All the mappers, thank you for listening and hope you have a great day.